Hi everyone, welcome to class today. My name is Julie Schoen and I am with yoginiology.com. So this class today is a little different than what we've been doing lately. It's going to be just a 30-minute class. If you have 60 minutes set aside, at the end of class I'll offer you a few things that you can do. But I wanted to do a sick day class. I've just been getting over a cold, and I know this time of year a lot of people aren't feeling the best. And I think that there's a misconception about yoga or practicing yoga at home, and a lot of times we come to our mats or think in our head, we have this long to-do list of things we should be doing, right? We should do this many vinyasas. We should do this many sun salutations. If I don't sweat, it's not worth it. And that really isn't at all what yoga is. And so I thought this would be a really good opportunity to kind of show you a little bit of a sneak peek into what a lot of days my home practice looks like. It's very much just what I need that day. So when I'm feeling sick or maybe just uninspired or feeling like I need to just take care of myself, I let my yoga practice be that for me. And so, yeah, again, this is a 30-minute yoga class where we're just going to kind of check in, see how we're feeling, nothing too hard, but that doesn't mean it's not good for you, right? So even if we don't do chaturangas or a ton of down dogs or anything, it's okay. Let go of that. That isn't yoga. That isn't what it has to be. And just enjoy this really kind of nurturing, supportive practice for yourself today. So when I'm not feeling good, a lot of times I won't even get off my yoga mat, but I did today. Of course, the first thing I want to do is lie down. So I always start in a shavasana or corpse pose kind of pose. So go ahead and lie down on your back or on your side or whatever feels best for you today. I'm going to take Supta Baddha Konasana to start. So soles of my feet together, knees falling wide. If it would feel better for you to get your legs out straight, do that. If it would feel better to have your feet wide and your knees together, do that. Find a place that feels really comfortable, really good. And then go ahead and take one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Close your eyes. And just allow yourself to be here. Allow yourself this time to take care of yourself. Start to breathe into your heart. Feel the lungs expand. Feel the skin press against your hand. Start to relax your face. And then start to breathe into your belly. So still breathing into the heart, but now adding the expansion of your belly as well. So taking these deep, really filling breaths. And as you do that, hopefully start to feel just a little bit more at ease. Feel your back body growing heavy against the floor. It's always a nice reminder that yoga really is here to serve us and not the other way around. So every time you come to your mat, yoga is asking, what can I do for you today? How can I help you? So on days when you need to just rest, it doesn't mean you don't need to get on your mat. I kind of think of it like brushing your teeth, right? It's something you just do every day. But the practice changes from day to day. So some days it's more of a slow, nurturing practice, and some days you need that fire. Go ahead and slowly start to bring your knees into your chest. Give them a nice big hug in and just feel whatever stretch might happen maybe in your low back or through your hips. But then also feel this compression that's moving into your chest, your thighs touching your chest, squeezing in. Let that just feel like a big hug, like it does, right? Tell yourself you're going to take care of yourself. And then start to drop the knees over to the right. Just coming into a simple twist to start. You can open up one hand, keep one hand on the hips. You can keep both hands in. And do what feels good here. Keep those nice, nourishing breaths, maybe a little less deep as we did at the beginning, but still very soothing breath. Inhale, start to bring the knees back up, give them another hug in. And then on the exhale, go ahead and drop them over to the other side, trying to keep the knees stacked, but also not putting in too much effort. And just opening up into this easy twist. I'm always amazed at what my yoga practice can do for me on days when I really don't want to do it. Which is, it's not a lot of days now that I've been doing it for so long, but it definitely still creeps in those days and it's like, oh, I just want to stay in bed, I don't want to get off my mat. Go ahead and hug your knees back into the chest. But then every time I get here, there's just this sense of peace, and I always feel better. So it's just become habit now. Go ahead and set your right foot down on the ground. Start to extend your left leg out in the air. Just flex the foot. Sometimes, especially if you're not feeling well, that is plenty of a stretch. Just kind of interlace your hands behind the hamstring and just feel that openness that starts to happen. And then, of course, pull the leg in more if you need it, or run your hands up. Maybe reach the toe. But we're not here to prove anything. We're not here to feel like we need to check things off a list. Today we are here just to feel better. Yay! If you want, move the ankle around. Sometimes movement in the joints can be really helpful to get the lymph moving in our body. Particularly the bigger joints, but feels good on the ankle, so why not? Go ahead and take the left ankle to the right thigh. Just gently push the left knee away. Again, that might be enough today. Or start to hug the right knee in and just come into what we call thread the needle. And on days when you're not feeling well, it's actually really important to not push yourself to where you normally go. Sometimes you discover something extra by not going right away to that destination you usually hit. So hang out, just play it easy, and see if you can't discover something new about this pose or a new feeling, or maybe just the sense of being here to take care of yourself. That can be a new feeling for a lot of us. We so often put other people first, which is good, but you can't fill other people's cups with an empty cup, right? Set your right foot down. We're going to come into another twist, but a thread the needle one. So keep everything the same. You're just going to drop it over to the right. Take your right hand and just like a little kickstand, you're going to prop up the right leg. So you can make a fist or just use your fingertips. And that's just so you can relax this left leg into the right hand. So it's not going to fall, but it just feels like it's relaxing. Turn back to the breath. And if you're feeling sick, especially like congestion, the breath might be super uncomfortable today. So of course, breathe out through the mouth if you need to. And just kind of take it for face value what it is. Don't overthink it or get frustrated. Inhale, bring the legs back up. Set the left foot down, extend the right leg straight. Just a gentle pull in as far as you need today. Adding the ankle rolls if you'd like. Keep breathing into the back body. The more supported here you can feel, the better you'll feel when you're done. So keep trying to just grow really heavy through the back. Feel like your mat is really lifting up, supporting you, holding you. And bend the right knee, set the ankle on the thigh. You just want to keep flexing your foot. That's going to help protect the ankle. And then come into however far of a variation you need to go in order to feel what you want to feel today. This is also a really nice class to do if you're just recovering from being sick. A lot of times we get really stiff because we just kind of lay around when you're sick. It's a good class just to kind of open things back up and not drain you, but to fill you rather instead. And then take that whole structure, shift it all to the left. Use your left fist or fingers just to prop up the right thigh. And just ease into it. Sometimes this is immediately intense and sometimes it's kind of sneaks up on you. Not going for extreme anything today. It's just the small little details. What can you notice here? Inhale, bring it back up. Hug the knees into the chest. Take the feet wide, let the knees fall together here. You're going to interlace your fingers and push the palms of the hands up towards the ceiling. You're just going to start to draw little circles with the hands. So just trying to get into the upper back a little bit so you can experiment with how big or small, whatever feels best here on the shoulders and the upper back. And go at whatever speed suits you today. Change directions. Inhale, start to reach the hands over the head. Extend the legs out straight if that's comfortable. Point the toes, and it's almost always a yawn here. It's so funny, but it's like that stretch you do first waking up. So just, you almost want to flex the muscles in your body. Just get as long as you can, and then start to walk the right leg over to the right, and then cross the left ankle on top, and then just reach over to the right. So you're coming into kind of like a half moon shape. You just should feel a nice opening through the left side body. Once you get there, now you're relaxing the muscles. There's no more really effort except for maybe a little bit of pushing out through the palms of the hands. Go ahead and bring yourself back through center. Walk the left leg over to the left as far as is comfortable for you today. Right ankle crosses on top. Reach the arms over to the left. Keep pushing through the palms of the hands. Then you should feel an opening through the right side body. Inhale, go ahead and come back through center. Hug the knees into the chest. Just one more time. Rock left and right. And then just gently start to rock up and down. Just massaging the back a little bit. It's probably the most energetic thing we do all day. And then cross the ankles. Come onto all fours. So you want to spread your fingers wide. I'm actually going to tuck my toes under just to help open the soles of the feet a little bit more while we're here. You're going to push into the hands, come into our cat pose, chin into the chest, but we're going to hold it. Really push down through the ball of the feet. Spread the fingers, pull the navel in towards the spine. And then keeping the toes tucked, you're going to start to come into cow pose, but then bring the hips back towards the heels, slide the hands forward, and bring the forehead down to the ground like you would in child's pose. And then with an inhale, bring yourself back up to all fours. Exhale, come into cat pose. And then as you start to enter cow, you're going to kind of just bring the butt back to the hips, slide the hands forward, bow the head down. You're going to keep flowing like that. You can add a couple extra cat-cows, but we're moving back into child's pose. You can keep the toes tucked the entire time, or you can untuck them, head back, and then retuck them, whatever feels natural to you. But this is a really nice way to also start moving the lymph like we had talked about at the beginning. And it doesn't take too much effort. This really does help you to feel better and helps to support the immune system. It's like creating a pump in the back of the legs. Few more rounds. You kind of fall into your own rhythm, hopefully. There's no right or wrong. Stay for as long in any pose as you want. Last one. Inhale, bring yourself up to all fours. Untuck the toes if they are tucked, and you're just going to kind of slide them out. If you feel like it, you can kind of do like a very half-assed chaturanga all the way down to your stomach. You're going to take the left arm out to the side, palm face down. We're just going to work on opening the shoulder a little bit here. So you're just going to roll into the left shoulder. So I'm using my right hand to push me toward the left shoulder, and you roll as far as feels okay on the shoulder. So we haven't really done much warming up in the shoulder joint, so this is really just kind of going to where you feel like you feel something and not worrying about going to where maybe you've gone in the past. If it's comfortable for you, you could take the right foot behind you, just kind of lean into it. If there's a way for you to get the head to rest on the ground, do it. If you have a pillow or something nearby, you could put it under the left side of the face. Exhale, release to the other side. So right arm's going to come out to the side, palm face down. Use the left hand to push and roll. Maybe left hand comes behind you. If you can, drop the head. Relax the face. Exhale, roll back down to the stomach. Just a little mini cobra, hands by your chest. Push through all 10 toenails, squeeze the elbows in. It's really not anything at all effort-wise, right? Just very gentle, just a little slight lift of the chest. Exhale, lower down, touch back into child's pose. Inhale, bring yourself up to all fours. You're just going to step the right foot forward. Push the hips forward. Come into a low lunge. Start to open the hips. Let yourself sink in. Hands down. Right back to child's pose. Inhale, come on up. Left foot steps through to the other side. Just let the hips push forward. It can be hard mentally to take care of yourself, which is just so funny. All weekend I was sick, and I just needed a cup of tea, but I kept doing all of these other things, right? The laundry and the dishes and picking up, and finally, my husband is just like, I'm going to make a cup of tea, sit down. It's like, why can't I do that myself? That should be something I know to do, right? And so this class is just a way to remind us we can take care of ourselves, and we should take care of ourselves, and we shouldn't feel guilty about it. Head back to child's pose. You should feel really good about it. Inhale, bring yourself up to all fours. Couple more rounds of cat-cow. It's faster and slow, it feels good. Then you're just going to make your way back into, if it's comfortable, just Virasana kind of shape. So knees together, heels just wide enough that you can sit down between them. If that is not comfortable for you at all, see if you can grab some pillows or blankets nearby and kind of prop them up under you to give you some extra boost. And if that is just not happening today either, just sit with your legs extended out in front of you would be fine, okay? So sitting here, maybe in Virasana, if that's accessible or wherever you're at, hug the heels in if you're in Virasana shape. And I want you just to reach the arms up. Start to pull the shoulders away from the ears. Interlace the fingers. Reach the index finger up towards the ceiling. And just move the arm bones back. Squeeze the fingers together. And then it's just little shifts right and left. Flip the palms up, take a deep breath in. Move the arms back as you bring the chin in towards the chest. Keep the right arm up. Take the left hand down, reach the right arm towards the left ear. And then just hug the right ear towards the right shoulder. Drop the chin in towards the chest until you feel a nice stretch through the left side of the neck. Inhale, release, take the right hand down, reach the left arm up, over to the right ear, pull the left ear towards the shoulder, and then drop the chin slightly. So if you do happen to find yourself in Virasana, it's a really nice way, again, to create kind of that pump for our lymphatic system. So it's a great pose to kind of boost that, because when you open the legs up again, it's going to flow that lymph. The lymph doesn't have a pump in our body like the heart, pumps the blood. And so we have to create it. And moving the knees and bending the knees, same thing with the arms and the shoulders, is a really nice way to help facilitate that flow of lymph through the body, which supports our immune system. Although if you're sick, it might be too late, but it'll prevent it from happening next time, right? Go ahead and slowly extend the legs out if you're in Virasana. Flex the toes towards the face and just a really gentle forward fold. What feels good? That's all you're asking yourself today. What feels good? What feels like it's supporting me right now? And you're just heading there. That is really what yoga wants to do for you too. I think it's also just nice to remember that the asana, the poses we do, is just a minuscule, tiny, tiny, tiny little part of what the yoga practice is. So I always like to do something on my mat, even when I'm feeling sick, but I know that, hey, maybe I didn't give it, I didn't get sweaty and feel like I accomplished a ton of things. Well, there's the whole rest of my day to practice yoga, right? It's not just on your mat and then you leave it. Yoga is something you commit to all day. This is just a little piece of it. When you're ready, we're going to head back to Shavasana. And again, you can take it any way you want. If you have blankets or pillows nearby, use them. You can roll up a blanket and place it under the knees. You could place a blanket under the knees and one under the ankles. You can place things under your head. You can cover yourself in a blanket, which feels really nice. So just get as supported as you can. And if you need to take it on your stomach or on your side, same rules apply. Use as much as you can prop-wise if you have it nearby and it's not too much trouble to do that. So I'm going to let you guys set up for Shavasana. And then I really just want to end class with you in Shavasana because if you're able to stay longer, I don't want to interrupt you or make you feel like you can't or you should leave. And then, like I said, at the very beginning of class, if you have 60 minutes to do a practice today or a little extra time even, some of the things you could do before coming into Shavasana, if you'd like, legs up the wall is a really nice restorative pose that is very helpful when you're not feeling well. It can give you a little boost of energy and, again, help to drain the lymph, so that's really nice. Deep breathing or any kind of pranayama or breathing exercise can feel really grounding for you or energizing or whatever you need. There's a lot of variety of different ones that you can do there. I always end my practice with a meditation, and so on days when I'm not feeling very good, I will make my meditation longer. So instead of a 10-minute meditation, maybe I do a 20-minute meditation. So those are just some options for you. For those of you that are heading into Shavasana now, remind yourself that you are here to be taken care of. I want you to start to feel very heavy once again on the floor, especially focusing on your back body, feeling every square centimeter of your body on the floor. Growing heavier and heavier with each exhale. And then I just would like to offer a mantra for you. It's half of a mantra that I have heard from the wonderful meditation instructor, Sally Kempton. And it's really nice. I use it a lot, not even when I'm just feeling sick, but it's very pertinent for when you're feeling not the best. So as you inhale, you just say to yourself, I am healed. And as you exhale, you say to yourself, I am whole. And just let that kind of, I like to think of it with each inhale and exhale like a little leaf that's just kind of floating through the air. And you have the upswing on the inhale, and then kind of that rest as it comes down, and then to the exhale. So it's just, I am healed, inhale. Settle down, I am whole, exhale. Just kind of let that leaf float down. Sometimes it starts up higher, and it takes a little longer for it to get down. Some days you need to say it a few times, and then you're there, you've arrived in Shavasana. So please stay for as long as you can. I really appreciate you practicing today and taking care of yourself. Kudos to you for doing that. It takes a lot of courage and strength to say that you need to be cared for. So well done. I hope to see you back feeling better soon. Namaste.